Hey there! In today's episode I want to talk to you about a series of words that if you use them make you less safe in the outdoors. In fact, in my experience, if you use these words in the outdoors, you're very, very likely to have an accident at some point in time in the future. So we all spend a fair bit of time in the outdoors. We love it, and we want to go out there and we want to have adventures. We want to push the envelope, maybe go a step further. But there's ways and means of going a step further and still staying safe by design as opposed to by accident. So as you may well know, I've been working in the outdoors as a professional for almost 30 years. I've run large adventure sports businesses where we put up to 25,000 people out into the outdoors to go and have a holiday, an expedition, or an adventure every year. And what I've come to notice is there's a pattern linked between the words and way people describe things and their safety in the outdoors. In fact, there's just a few words that will make you less safe. And what these words do when you use them is they close your brain down and close your sensitivity to risk and safety down to the point that you often don't recognise what's going on about you until it's too late. Now, something we all need to identify about the outdoors is that nothing is ever consistently the same. I look at the vegetable garden behind me. On different days it requires more water or less water. Sometimes it requires me to put shade netting over the top of it. Other times it needs full sun. It just depends upon the day, the season, and what's going on. And every single one of your adventures in the outdoors is the same, really, isn't it? Every time you go to that place to go hiking, walking, kayaking, sailing, surfing, hunting, fishing, no matter what it might be, is everything is remarkably similar, yet everything is remarkably different at the same time. The people are different. Your mental state is different. How much sleep you've had is different. How much food you've consumed or booze you've consumed is different. And that's true for everybody you're with as well. And so if we always approach going into the outdoors in the same way every single time with the same rules and the same this is the way we do it, what we're doing is saying that everything is always consistent. And yet in the outdoors, everything is usually very inconsistent. And so when we're in the outdoors, a lot of it's about risk identification, risk management, and often risk acceptance as well. We can't mitigate or cancel all risk, but we have to learn a series of strategies and ideas about how to say, I'm happy to accept this risk, or I need to manage it differently, or I need to approach today differently. And every day and every time you go into the outdoors is subtly different. And so what I've found is that often when people are guiding and leading and working, whether it's professionally or just out with friends in the outdoors, they use some words, and I'm going to tell you what they are in a second, that make them less safe. They will use words like always, never, have to, must do. This is the way we usually do it. This is the way we always do it. And all of those things make it less safe. You see, I've got on a river once to go kayaking, and I said, oh yes, you go around this corner and there's always a perfect wave around the corner. And we get round the corner to find that the bedrock's moved slightly in a recent flood, and the wave that was perfect, that was always there, now was what they call a stopper or a hole, one that was going to go and hold you and your kayak there in place, and the only way you were going to come out of that hydraulic piece of water moving about was by swimming out of your kayak, and then you're going to be very exposed to other hard rapids, other rocks, etc., etc. And I wonder what would have happened if I said, quite often there's a wave around the corner, so let's see if we can find it. You see, because everything is always moving and different, we have to approach the outdoors with a sometimes, a maybe, a usually, almost like we treat every time we do the thing that we've done in the past like it's the very first time we've been there. Because, you know, when you go somewhere to do something for the first time, you're a bit more cautious, a bit more wary. You take more time, you're more patient. And you stay safe, don't you? But then after a while, you know, we get too comfortable with that environment and we breed a contempt for Mother Nature by accident. And then we end up not being as safe, because that contempt just takes us to a place where we assume everything will be the same as it was last time, even though it's pretty guaranteeable that it will not be. And so how should we talk about things in the outdoors to keep ourselves safe and still have a great time? Well, maybe we should have a plan that looks and feels and measures well for the next little bit. Then we should be stopping and reviewing that plan on a regular basis. Has the river level gone up or gone down? Has the wind increased or decreased? Have the wave heights got bigger or smaller? Is the lightning storm getting closer or further away? And then we should be continually adapting our plans to ensure that whatever the change is about us, it doesn't impact on us. So maybe we should say, will we do this for the next little while? It's highly likely to change. Maybe we should say, usually, or just treat today as a complete, unique experience, even if we have been there before. Because super cool things happen when we do that. Super cool things. Things happen like we end up seeing and experiencing the outdoors and finding things that we've never noticed on that trail before. But certainly we should avoid going into the outdoors and treating every day as being same as the last time we were here. Now, of course, you must go out, go have fun, go take risks, go be a little bit unsafe, push your boundaries. I'm all for that. But do it, and please come home to buy me a beer afterwards, because it really saddens me when I hear of all of these accidents when people just don't make it or end up in hospital unnecessarily afterwards. Thanks for your time today. If you've liked any of this, please hit the subscribe button. If you've got a comment or review or a point of view, go and chuck that in the comment section. I love to read those, and they really help me develop my practice as an outdoor professional. If you've got an idea about what it is you'd like me to do something on linked to the outdoors, go and write something down below, or maybe it's a person you'd like me to interview. Anyway, my name's Rob Yates. It's been a pleasure to spend time with you, and I look forward to being with you again in about a week. Bye-bye.